A weekend in Glen Affric is always a memorable one for Inverness Backcountry Snow Sports Club. A quick glance at the map or a previous year's photos provides sufficient explanation, and this trip was no exception. In order to meet the demand for a little Affric magic, we decided to put all our eggs in one basket this year, by hiring both the bothy at Affric as well as our usual accommodation of Strawberry Cottage. We catered for 24 IBSCers keen to spend a weekend in these wonderful hills. The weather patterns of March were getting stuck in the usual annoying cycle: accumulations of snow during the week, then a thaw on weekends. Even so, the bases were building, and as days ticked down, everyone was thinking, how much snow is there going to be? The weekend got off to a good start for those who enjoyed bluebird conditions on Adam Archibald's day tour of Ben Wyvis. Those that headed west got both sorts of white stuff, with little visibility for most of the day. Fortunately for Lotta and I, the cloud cleared as we summited Mount Saul, giving 10 minutes to soak up the views of Malado. Descending through the Clag was hard work, but knowing our home for the weekend was only 15 minutes walk away made it all very satisfying. Not long after getting to the bothy, we were joined by Paul, who'd cycled in fully equipped after a day on Tull Craigach in similar conditions. As the curry cooked on the Affric stove, club members arrived by car, bike and on foot to share plans and a little of Susan's fantastic sloe gin. The elephant in the room was the weather forecast. Saturday was forecast to be wet, really wet, before drying out on Sunday. The question now was, how much snow is going to be left? We awoke to rain, but nothing torrential. Despite this, the snow sports spirit was strong, as a cheery bunch awoke for their 7 a.m. alarm. Carna Corrigav, the Corbett just south of the accommodation, saw skis, snowboards and quite a few smiles. Snow was just pouring off the hills, but the group of the 5 seized the day and had a great time on the hill. Nikki, Lotta and I headed for a run up the glen, but at times it was definitely more like swimming. A tea break in Camben Bothy was precluded by the depth of the final burn crossing. Little did we know that water levels were going to get much, much higher. Anyone who stayed outside didn't stay out for long. That is, except for Jan and Monica, who disappeared off to Inverness to pick up some essentials, and weren't seen again for the rest of the weekend. The rivers were rising at an alarming rate. All the vehicles were moved to higher ground as the River Affric slowly enveloped Affric. The initially disregarded flood evacuation plan and door barriers took on a newfound relevance as the rain continued for 24 hours straight. For those in the bothies, there were the wonderful distractions of food, drink and scrapple. There was a degree of unease as to when the river was going to reach its peak. Eventually, by midday on Sunday, water levels dropped sufficiently for the cars to be reached. With the burns still in spate, the number of accessible hills was considerably limited, so the day's activities options were running, cycling, or packing up Jan and Monica's many belongings. While skiing wasn't what we'd hoped for, the chance to share a weekend with friends, witnessing the power of nature, made this another memorable Affric magic.